All right, here we go. We are live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris, and this is my channel. We love comics, and it only took about a month, but I got my next 4 comics that I am going to do an unboxing. I always do this live. I get these sent every month to PGX. I never know what the grades are. I don't want to find out until I open them live and share this with you. I sent these out at the end of March, and they are back in May. So a little bit more than 30 days because it was the end of the month that I send them out. And I'm looking forward to seeing what these grades are. I send 4 comics in every month to PGX. I have a deal with them, but I also made a deal that not only helps me, not only helps them, but it also helps you. Check in the description of this video or any video if you are interested in trying PGX. If you use the code We Love Comics Free Press and you send in at least 10 comics, you can get one of them pressed for free. Also, if you would like to add the graders notes to the back of the slab, they are the only ones that do that. Daniel Patterson was nice enough to listen to my suggestion. If you use the code We Love Comics Graders Notes, for a $5 charge per book, you can have the graders notes placed onto the back of the slab. If you don't want to do that, you can email them and they will give you the graders notes for free. I happen to like having the graders notes on the back of the slab. I wish all grading companies would do that, but so far of the main 3, PGX is the only one that does it. So, with that being said, make sure you check the description for those links so you can save yourself a little bit of money if you want to send some books for them to get graded. One of the things I always say is a grading company or any business only is good for you if it's good for you. In other words, if that particular company, it doesn't matter if they're the #1 company or the number 50 company, if a particular company does a particular service that you're looking for at the price that you're looking for and the speed you're looking for, then the #1 company may not always be the best for you. So one of the things I say is don't be somebody that just follows what everybody else regurgitates. Make sure if you are going to get your books graded, find out why you're getting them graded. Are you doing it just because you have an old comic that's nostalgic to you but not worth much and you just wanted to get it graded? Do you have a comic that is already signed? Well, you wouldn't want to send it to CGC if it's already signed unless you want it to come back a green label. Do you need quick turnaround without having to spend extra money? These are all factors. So make sure you do your own research and do your own due diligence. There's nothing wrong with listening to anybody else's advice, but if you listen to somebody else's advice without at least verifying it for your own needs, all you're doing is hurting yourself. So don't go by what everybody says, because I say it every video that I make with these. CGC is the #1 grading company when it comes to grading comics, but that does not necessarily mean that CGC is right for your particular needs. If they are, that's great. But if you haven't tried PGX, give them a try. You never know. You might actually like them. So with that being said, let me put on the video camera so you can see. I have my 4 comics, and as you can see, they put them in a huge box. There's only 4 comics in here, so they definitely make sure my books always come back in perfect condition. I mean, I've been doing this now with PGX for over 4 years. It's going on about 4.5 years at this point. And knock on wood, not one set, and I've sent them in every month. And you can see they got these cardboard pieces, they got packing peanuts, they have the comics. I'm going to make it so I cannot see the grades. They wrap it in bubble wrap, and for the first time they actually don't have the cellophane wrapped around it, so that's different, but that's okay. I can see there's no cracks in the cases. Not once have any come cracked. So let's hope that trend continues. Let me put these to the side. I have the backs facing me, so I cannot see the grade. I like doing this live, so this way there's no fancy editing. No one could make any assumptions or accusations. I base this on my experience, And then if it's something that resonates with you, hey, use them. If not, that's quite all right. But like I said, in the description, there's a couple of discount codes you can use that will help you. All right, so as usual, I will tell you the significance of the comic, what I originally paid for them, what I predicted the grades were, and then we will reveal the grades. Keep in mind, when I mention the grades, I always base it on what I think it's going to be after a pressing and dry cleaning, and that's one of the many things I like about PGX, is they have in-house pressings and dry cleanings and also signature verification, so you don't have to worry about shipping your comics to multiple places where they could be more potential of damage in transit or storage. And as you could see, these are fast turnarounds. I'm not paying for extra speedy service, because I've seen even people spending extra money to get their comics expedited quicker. It could still take 6 months with some companies. And if you need a fast turnaround, because as they say in business, time is money, if you have a valuable book and you send it in, and 3 months later that has reached its peak, and you don't get it for 3 more months, well, it doesn't matter if you sent it to the #1 grading company that could get you the most money, because the value has fallen. I've seen that so many times. So, there's a lot of factors besides what's #1. As I said before, make sure what is #1 for you. All right, so let's get to the first comic. All right. I absolutely loved the Moon Knight series. The only problem I had with it is it was only 6 episodes. My wife has actually gotten into it. We watched it every episode, and we were actually disappointed when we found out that after the 6th episode there weren't any more until they do either a movie or a season 2. I'm sure they'll do a season 2 before Moon Knight hits the movies. But that's a character I was talking about years ago, saying make sure you get these books because he's going to make his debut soon. It took a couple years, which I knew, but the best thing is you buy these early before anybody cares about them. That's where you get the most potential value-wise. So speaking of which, this is Marvel Spotlight number 28. This is not his first appearance, but this is his first solo story. So that does have some significance. If you haven't seen the TV show, watch it. It's a great show. So looking forward to either season 2 or him in a movie. I do hope they do a season 2 first to continue to build up the character. Let me know what you think about or what you thought about the show. If you saw it, just don't reveal any spoilers, please, for anyone. But I paid a total of $26.95 for this book. So this could come back a 0.5 and I will do well because I bought these a couple years ago. I said it was a potential 9.0 to 9.6. Normally I don't do that range, but I do know that it had a couple of non-color breaking creases. So I wasn't sure how much the pressings could get out, but they were all non-color breaking. So this could even potentially be a possible 9.8, but I doubt it. But I did say between a 9.0 and a 9.6 off-white to white pages. So let's see where we start out. All right, so an 8.5, so a little bit less than what I thought, but again, definitely not going to complain about it. I said off-white to white. It has white pages. So 8.5 for a total of $26.95, so $27 for this book. I'll take that any day. Good luck trying to find that raw in mid-grade. So, was it a little bit lower than what I thought? Yeah, but hey, still not going to complain. I am definitely not one of those people that gets upset when something's a little bit lower than what you predicted, because you never know. There might be a page when you're looking through the book that you missed and there's a bend in it or there's an ink stain. It's not always the front cover. I see people all the time looking at the front and then the back of a book and saying, oh, this is a 9.8. Well, there's a thing called the inside of the book. And if you don't know on page 18 that there was a bend, or there was a rusty staple in the centerfold, or there was a fingerprint on the back of the book, you're not going to know how to grade your books properly. So I said 9.0 to 9.6, so I was only 0.5 away from what I predicted on the low end. Still happy with it. All right, so let's get to the next one. This is, okay, so I have 2 of these. Sorry about the glare. This is Thor number 2. This is the first appearance of Gore the God Butcher, which is going to be in Love and Thunder. Now, like I was saying before, time-sensitive books. I sent this in at the end of March, like around March 28th, I believe I sent these. It is now May. I already got it back, which is before the movie. So, hold on a second. I think I hit the wire. Give me a second. Apologize. I gotta reset this. This wire is so sensitive, it's not even funny. So it should work in a second. So I apologize. But this, I bought 2 copies of this. There we go. I bought 2 copies of this. I got it back before the movie has started. Some people, if they sent it in the same time with me and sent it to another company, they might be waiting another 6 months to a year to get this back. And if that movie flops, or even if it doesn't, let's say that particular character, let's say he dies in the movie. Let's say he's a one-and-done character. Well, by the time you get the book back, the value's already gone. So it didn't matter where you sent it. And it doesn't matter if it was the #1 grading company that can get you the most money. Time is a factor. So I have 2 of these. One I paid $21.50 for. The other I paid $22.50. Both I said about a 9.4 to 9.8 with white pages. So again, it could come back a 9.0. I would do fine. But let's see what we get. All right, so the first one. All right, well, so there we go. Very happy with this. 9.8. No greatest notes. Oh, and speaking of which, I forgot to read the greatest notes on the back. So let me go back to this one, because you could see I have them placed, the greatest notes on the back. So the greatest notes on this is 1/8 inch corner crease in the front cover. Multiple minor stress lines along back cover of spine. So there you go. This one being a 9.8. It does not have any greatest notes because they did not find anything major. Very happy with that. So this is the first appearance of Gore the God Butcher and the Necro Sword. So I'm not sure if they used the Necro Sword in the movie. I guess we'll find out. But definitely 9.8 for this book. Spending, let's say this was the more expensive one, $22.50. I'll take that any day. So that's a win right there. All right, so I believe this is the second one because the back is identical. Yes, it is. All right, so this is the second Thor #2. Again, I paid $21.50 for one of them and $22.50 for the other. And again, I predicted both between a 9.4 and a 9.8 with white pages, which of course that other one had. So let's see, are we 2 for 2 with these? We are. So there we go. What I paid for both, most people cannot get one of ungraded. So sometimes it's all about timing. So both of these with white pages, both of these 9.8s. I'm not sure of what the current value is of these books. And again, no greatest notes on the back, which to me is fine because, you know, a 9.8, you don't want greatest notes on the back unless there's something very minor. Because remember, a 9.8 is not perfect. There can be a minute little problem in the book. So there could potentially be graders notes, but a lot of times in 9.8s, for some reason, they don't mention anything. And that's all grading companies, I've seen that. So 9.8 for both of those, very happy about that. All right, so last but not least, this one will not matter the grade because I spent a total of $25 on this. Again, it is another Moon Knight. So the show just ended, but there is going to be either a season 2 or a movie. I mean, that, like I said, if you watch that show, you know, I'm sure you agree that that was a good TV show. One of the better of the Marvel TV shows, in my opinion. Of course, your opinion may vary. But this is Werewolf by Night number 33. This is the second appearance ever of Moon Knight, but this has the what is it? The Mark Jewelers insert. And I'll show you how you can tell. It's not always put this way, but I paid a total of $25 for this book. It's a mid-grade book, so it's not going to be in the 9s, and I'm perfectly fine with that, especially paying $25 for it. But I did predict about a 5.5 to a 6.5 with off-white pages. So survey says, all right, so 5.0, a little bit lower than what I thought, but again, I am definitely not going to complain. Now, one of the ways you could tell is a Mark Jewelers insert. They don't all have this, but you see that stamp of that star? That's not a pen, that's a stamp. If you ever see that stamp, unless they took out the insert, that is an indication that this book came from a military base, because these were only exclusive to military bases, and there was an advertisement that was in like a cardboard type of material. It wasn't like a paper like the rest of the comic book, but it had Mark Jewelry. The store was called Mark Jewelers, and they sold jewelry. So it's just an insert, where most people think, oh, what a big deal. But it makes it very rare. So this is a newsstand, technically, even though you don't have the typical barcode, because it was never sold in comic book stores. Well, at least when it came out. It was only in military bases. And creamed off-white. What did I say? I said off-white to white. I'm sorry. I said off-white. So I was kind of off a little bit. But this is the second appearance of Moon Knight. It does mention the Mark Jewelers insert. So that makes this one a lot rarer. I also have one of these for, I believe, Werewolf by Night 32. I'm not sure. I think I might have sold that one. But very happy with this, with the Mark Jewelers insert. Even at a 5.0, considering I paid $25 for this, I am sure it's worth a lot more than $25. Let's read the grader's notes. It had multiple stress lines along the spine, which, of course, that means that book has been read and loved, which is to be expected with a mid-grade book. Moderate edge and cover and edge wear. Some foxing, so the dry cleaning doesn't always get out foxing. Minor bug chew along the spine, and 1/2 inch tear in front cover. So that explains why it's a little bit lower. I mean, the cover presents really well, especially for a black cover. That's why it was a little bit harder to grade this one, and I probably gave it a little bit more, assuming that some of the stuff would be removed from the pressing and dry cleaning. But again, for $25, I am not going to complain. Werewolf by Night 33, even though the show's over, the character's not over, and the fact that it did so well means there's going to be a lot more anticipation from more people when either season 2 comes out or he ends up in a movie. Again, in my opinion, I think they're going to do another season of the TV show before they bring him to the movies. I think that's the smarter play, because a lot of people don't know anything about Moon Knight. The TV show is a good way to allow people to get to know the character a little bit more, and they did some great character development in that TV show. But let me review those. So that's Werewolf by Night 33, 5.0, Mark Jewelers insert. We got two 9.8s of the Thor number 2. This is Thor God of Thunder number 2. First appearance of Gore the God Butcher and All Black, which is the Necro sword. Paid under $22 for each one. Well, $21.50 for one and $22.50 for the other. And last but not least, I've sent a couple of these in to get graded. Marvel Spotlight number 28. First solo appearance of Moon Knight. This came back, as you can see, an 8.5. So overall, cannot complain. Very happy about those Thor books. I will probably be doing an auction soon, and those will be up for sale if anybody's interested. Let me know in advance. Maybe if somebody makes an offer that I can't refuse, maybe I will sell it before an auction happens. So we'll see what we do, but I want to thank everybody that watched. I want to thank the 4 people that were kind enough to join into the live chat, and 7 of you hit the like button, so thank you for that. 8 viewers, 7 of you liked it, so I really appreciate that. And let's do our shout outs. Let's just do it to the 4 that are here. Serge Henderson, GT Key Comic, Natasha Vanilla, and Mighty Comics and Collectibles. Mighty Comics and Collectibles, I do know, has a YouTube channel because I am subscribed to him. I do not know if the others do, but if you do have a YouTube channel and Mighty Comics, you could do the same thing. Please post the link to your channel or to a specific video in the comments section. It's my way of saying thank you for being part of the live show. If you don't have a YouTube channel like Mighty Comics and Collectibles does, if you have a Twitter account or any other social network you'd rather promote, you could put a link to that instead. Or if you don't have that and you'd rather, maybe you sell something on Amazon, Etsy, eBay. If you want to post a link to some of your sales or one of your sales, you can do that. Just keep in mind, all links have to be approved. So once you hit enter in the comment section for your link, it will not show up. I do have to approve it because I want to make sure it does not have anything inappropriate, because I get spammers all the time trying to put, porn site links, and I'm just much smarter than them. So that's why you've never seen a porn site link here, because I catch it beforehand and I know how to get rid of them before they're even shown. So if you see a link, it means it has been approved and it will take you somewhere appropriate. So go subscribe to their channels. Go check out what they have for sale. Maybe visit their social networks. Let's help everybody help each other. The more kindness we have and the more we help others, the more we help ourselves. So thank you so much for watching. The next 4 should be coming probably within the next 28 days or so. If you haven't seen the 4 books that I sent out, please go check that video out. And at the end of this month, I will have another video of the next 4 comics I will be sending out to get graded. So give PGX a try if you haven't. As you could see, books always come back well packaged, never been damage on any of the books. The grades are pretty much what I predict almost every time. In the 4.5 years I've been doing this, where I send in 4 books every month, I think there were maybe 4, maybe 5 books total out of almost 4.5 years worth of books every month that I did not agree with the grade. So overall, their ratios are pretty good, despite what you're going to hear some people say. And like I said, you can base your life on what everybody else tells you in the world, or you could base it on your own information. You can use somebody else's as a side note, but always verify, because you never know. Not everybody's lying, but sometimes people can just be wrong, or sometimes their information can just be wrong for you. So whatever reasons you're sending out your books, or whatever companies you choose, make sure you know how to package your books properly. Make sure you are sending them to the company, whichever one it is, that will satisfy your needs to the best of what you need them for. And then just enjoy it. Never be afraid your books are going to be stolen or lost or damaged. As you can see, every month I've been doing this for over 4.5 years. Never once have they ever been lost. Never once did they ever not arrive or get damaged. I mean, who knows what the future brings, but I don't worry. And when you don't worry, trust me, things work out better. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And do not forget, it is not you, it is not I, it is We Love Comics. I appreciate the 4 of you taking the time to leave the comments in the top chat, and I look forward to seeing your comments in the future. Have a great night, everybody, and check the link for also not only the PGX discount codes that I offer you guys exclusively here, but there's other discount codes that I never even mention. Go see if any of them work for you. Have a great night, everybody, and I will see you next video.